is in the best of salutations. That would be prayer, power, peace, patience, and prosperity. I have often said, and when I use the word often, I mean that which is associated with frequency, and because it is a vibration that resonates with me. This that particular phrase of expression that I'm getting ready to share, I should say, is that you can tell the meaning of a thing in the context in which it is used. Meaning. We all want meaning in life and to live a meaningful life, full of meaning, vigor, and vitality. Then there is a test. If you one who creating a elevator shaft, or elevator, I should say, you're doing a time of if a fire should take place, you hopefully that doesn't, all is well in that. But I'm saying it must be tested to see if it could withstand what is going to what may transpire, and it's done so for the protection of the people, to save lives. Yes, I was thinking in this wise when it comes to the word success. I've shared something in regards to think on this. On something. On could be associated that which you are building on a foundation, so to speak, or some religious folks were associated with the city of on, the city of light, the city of knowledge. People who read the English or read the Bible. This is the Bible. A place considered to be Egypt. Yes. Think. Someone says that vision stems from the source of one's thinking. That was the Honorable Elijah Muhammad who said that. It says that in the Bible again that I perused through, people perish due to the lack of vision. But before I proceed on, how can you become something that which you have no basis of beginning, that which you want to become? I don't know. Yes. You can see yourself, envision yourself, being it. Then you can become it. Is it so that you may not be able to see yourself and still become it? That's something to think about. but the unseen becomes seen. Okay. Think on this. Individuals. Individual is the sum total of the whole. The sum total of the whole. So we're dealing with the sum of something that is equating to something that is totaling up, which means anting up, something that is being paid. Because I've learned that reward and punishment is built within our own nature, and that was Imam Muhammad said that. You got in the word itself, in, and you have division in there. If you look at it, it's just how I am interpreting it. Yes. And you have duels, like a struggle. I realize that I think there's two struggles for me: common sense versus nonsense, and regress versus progression. So we have to reason from the premise of conversation, reason with progression. Because anytime you are progressive in your thinking in anything, you become relevant. And what I've come to learn to know under what I teach is the maturation process consists of understanding, tolerance, temperance, confidence, and respect. And how I approach things 5 ways. And the first way I approach this is to be progressive. Because the end result is to restore social credibility. So think on this now. Individuals submit to that which they have been reduced to. Yes. Deductive reasoning or reductive reasoning, or whatever how we want to put it. But it becomes their mind and way in which they reason. That's all. It's the way in which we reason. Now, Brother Paul Thompson says you can tell a demon is in a room. Let's use this language. We're dealing with a force now. Just a force. When he or she is unable to reason. Because that which has the faculty that has been given to us is the ability to be able to reason. Yes. Reconnect son. Huh? And then you can look at the S-O-N, then the S-U-N. The sun is reasoning with you. The energy or the rays or the energy of that sun, it breaks some layer or whatever. It's just, it's over with. It's over with. And it's held in place. Held in place. Thankful for that. So, submit to that which he or she has been reduced to, and that becomes one's point of reference. That which you can refer to. Yeah, that which you can refer to. It becomes your point of reference. It's like it's pointing the way. And that's the message that one carries. Yeah. And then you take that message back. Because I'm still talking about success here. I'm going to get to it in a minute. You take that message back to your place of origin, or where we come from. Transmitted energy. We're transmitting that energy. That energy has came down and took up life in this physical body. The soul has. The spirit of the soul. Now, borrowed time, man. This is borrowed time. Yeah, it's borrowed time. This has been lended to us. Yes, okay. What we do with it. Remember, I said it's contingent upon what we have been reduced to. And we take it back. It's like we're like, and you can remember I said you can tell the meaning of a thing in the context in which it's used. Now we have reporters. We call reporters. You have journalists. You know what I'm saying? You have all these people. So what I'm trying to say is that we will take that which we have been reduced to. We will report that back to where we come from. Yeah. What have we learned? Have we done any unjust act to anyone to hurt someone? And you know, ancient Egypt or Kemet, whatever you want to call it, the what admonitions. I have not done this. I have not done this. Or I have not done this. And in the English Bible says, "Thou shalt not this. Thou shalt not whatever." It is. You know, but I'm just saying what you have done, because we're all going to give account for our actions. That's all. I know all we know is this plane of existence. Okay. That's all that's all some say they know. I'm not trying to be extreme. In sum, as again is the sum total of the whole. So let me proceed on from still dealing with success, where they come from or where we come from. Give back a report. Either we give getting first hand information, or second hand or third hand, whatever it is, information that we are learning. This may be first hand information, or we may be learning information from someone else that is telling us something in which they have learned and may not be with the best intentions. Because before anything manifests itself, and for me, I realize it must first have order, which means one's intentions must be perfected. So, the reference point, as a result, it becomes our guide. And as a saying, let your conscience be your guide. It becomes a practice, it becomes a behavior, it becomes a law. Borrow. I said success. Okay, here we go. I look at the term, the etymology of the word borrow. You look it up for yourself, you can. But what I see in that, because lending is supposed to be that which one has an understanding in which they will return back at a later date. So aren't we biologically have an aspiration date that we're going to, the soul is going to return back to its place of origin and carry the message based upon the experience that it had on this plane existence in each and every one of our individual bodies. I just hope I did my best, man. I really do, man. I'm trying. Really, I am. But borrow, it somewhat sees success. It seems like something that is learned. You learned how to borrow in order to succeed. Huh? But who are you learning and borrowing from? That which is next, or that which is close to you. And you know, some religious folk would say that which we call God or Allah is closer to our jugular vein, which means that's clear. That's clear. Success. When something is near you, your success is clear. So it says when Allah is clear to you, your success is clear. Now we're talking about clarity now. I know some would say odamare. That's fine. Japanese would say, I can't think of the term in which they use. Yeah. You know, for me, that what we call God is something that is like a generator. The brain generates. It generates order. Either it's going to be used destructively or constructively. So yeah. So a learned borrowing practice or a behavior, because we learn from one another, huh? We learn from one another in order for us to move forward, because we're learning from each other the next move that we will make, but it's all contingent upon one's intentions. So when one does things in a corrupt manner, they're really learning the intentions from others. They're borrowing from the intentions of others. So therefore, that corruption continued to go on. Borrowing from the wrong for the wrong reasons. And then when someone puts you in a position to be successful, to be corrupt, they're paying you. You're attaining something from them. And they want you to pay it back at a later date, because we see what their intentions were from the jump street. It is said, when it comes to what is remarkable or as an achievement, called a righteous man is blessed when the lawful wealth, you attain lawful wealth. Wealth with righteousness is success, because it would be spent in useful ways, while wealth without righteousness is a course for disaster. And we see, and even though it says in that English Bible, once again, that influence, it says the wages of sin is death. It's talking about righteous living, a meaningful life. Righteous living, a meaningful life. So we think those who have attained material success in attaining, who have made that transition, if their conscience is right, they will see, man, that they will continue maybe to rather, instead of going the wrong way, that they would want to go the right way, want to change their course of actions. Because people gravitate to that side, that corrupt side of obtaining wealth, pleasure without responsibility. Because the greatest resource that we have is each other. Success, man. Success. It's like something that we learn, behavior that we have borrowed from others, which determines our success, or rather we are and will be successful or not. When it comes to that which is closest to you, and why you want them to be close to you, is you studying their next move, or is the individual studying your next move, and that which you are learning from them, that which they're giving to you, and if you don't pay it back in interest, they will come after you. It comes out of a mind. That comes out of a corrupt mind. And if whoever has become so desensitized to that, it's something. So what can we do about it? Well, we can do our best not to create any chaos or participate in any mischief or cause any hurt, harm, injury, or danger to that which is forcing individuals to participate in that corruption. Some have talked about separation. When you separate yourself from that, and those who have a sick mindset, they will come at you and try to destroy you, because they want you to be dependent on them, because you are the goose that lays the golden eggs for them. Yeah, but you can see their intentions behind lending you or putting you in a position to be successful. You are in debt to them. Well, if you one puts any individual in the position, or individual put himself in the position based upon the decisions that one's make. I think that's another concern too, because I know that personally, I wasn't necessarily equipped and prepared to understand the importance of making sound, clear decisions. It says that before, however true it is, that the brain fully is developed at the age of 25, and before there are any drugs that enter into the brain, it just impedes. I'm just using the word impede. That natural development. That natural development. Well, and you hook up with others who are fully aware of this, and you could, as we said, success, and we can borrow from one another with the best intentions. There is a group of people who created the Primary Privacy Act. They got 1,000 people together or more, and they just invested in each other. As they invested in each other, they use the resources that they have and put themselves in the best position where they won't be at the mercy of no one else. Yes. Of course, we know that there are other instances when people had locations where the money circulated so many times and didn't leave the community. Also, we know there was a group of people who really didn't know, wasn't aware of what to do with putting their money in the banks, and when they became aware of it, then they leveraged it. That is something that I came across, and it's called the Amish. Yes, the Amish. And you look at certain ethnic groups and you see their levels of success individually, collectively, and who determines and controls their level of success. And you will distinguish the fact that collectively they control their level of success in the use of the finances in which they have attained and further invested in the community. Yes. Because you have to control the image and how that image is being projected. And then therefore you could will control that which is being communicated. Yes. Language makes us who we are. Language. So surely success is something that we have borrowing. It's a borrowing. It's a trade and barter. It's a leveraging. It is understanding that what we have attained, or what we work for, what we earned. I'm using these terms, that it is to return back into investment, back into the family. Let's start with that. I know of an individual who is doing some things, and he is investing in his family. He is able to hire his family, you know. He's able to hire his family. And but we got to look at motivation when you talk about success. Motivation, you know. You got to deal with inspiration. Yes. Motivation and inspiration. Success, we move on what motivates us and what inspires us, so that we aspire, because borrow is like it's a bar that is set in the way that it is sound, or borrow, it could be a bow that is being pulled, but it is something that is it's a row, or a course. It's like when you build a house, you have courses, masons. You have courses, and you build on those courses. You know, you want to level each one off. I believe you want to do that, but it must have a foundation. And that foundation is to know that we all not only get what we strive for, and some may not, you know, but I know for sure. I know I said foundation, but I know for sure that reward and punishment is built within our own nature. So may we learn not to may we learn not to punish ourselves by not investing in ourselves. That we continue to invest in ourselves as an individual. And as that individual has an investment in himself, and the other individual is borrowing how in the manner and way, or learning how in the manner and way in which he have invested in himself, then you connect with that other individual. And then you know that you have individuals that is investing in themselves. And when individuals invested in themselves, you create not only a family, but you create a community. In closing, the best of my ability, that which I've shared, may my ancestors be pleased. But yet, in closing, think on this. Individuals submit to that which they have been reduced to. And that becomes their point of reference. That's the message that they carry back to their place of origin, or where they came from. It could be called a report, as I said, either first-hand, second-hand, or third-hand information. A point of reference, pointing the way. And if you're pointing the way, there's a platform that is being used. That's something that is coming after you. You're preparing something to come after you, to be better. Each moment, each second, each minute, each hour, each day, each week, each month, each year, for all eternity. Be better. And may our conscious become our guide. Be a better human being. Until next time.